Today is March 24th, 2025, and the world is upside down. I'm T. Glenn, and this is Conversations with T. No one alive can remember chaos like what we're living through right now. And no one dead could possibly believe that we sold the world so quickly. To find out how others may feel about this, I want to have a conversation with a good friend and a former student. Today I welcome RJ, a 30-year-old man, a hard worker, and a regular guy, just like you and me. I met RJ when he was 16, and he was struggling to stay awake in my English class while working nights at Denny's. He's as honest a guy as you'll ever meet, and I'm glad he's my friend. RJ, welcome, bro.
How you doing?
Hey, man.
What's up, man?
Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
This is really nice.
How have you been doing?
Doing good, working.
Did you have a good day today?
It was good. Today, March 24th, it's Monday, first day of the week. Yeah, everything good. Doing construction, so
Yeah.
it's good.
It's the grind.
It's the grind.
It's
Yes,
the grind.
sir. Yes, sir. But yeah, so how you doing?
I'm good. This is my first podcast, and I hope of many, and many with you as well.
Hopefully.
Look, we're living in strange times.
Yes.
And I think there's obviously a political divide. There's people that find themselves on either side. But I think we have an opportunity to prove that, or to participate in proving, or try to prove, that it doesn't matter where you come from, what you look like,
Yes.
what your core beliefs are, what the beliefs of the country you may have originated in. None of that stuff matters. People can talk to each other, and when and if they do, they find out that they're way more alike than different.
Yeah. That's really honest. That's a really true fact. It's crazy the world we live in right now, and I mean, I want to say everywhere, but as of right now in the U.S., with everything going on, politics, and just people being divided, I think a lot of people don't understand that at the end of the day, we're all humans, right? And we all the same. We all bleed the same, and hopefully in the future we understand that,
I think of it like there's three different places in the world. There's Pennsylvania Avenue, and that's government.
Yeah.
That's in Washington, D.C.
Yeah.
And those people have a way of creating a narrative of whether we're all one or different. There's Wall Street. That's the difference between people who have and people who don't have. And then there's Main Street.
Yeah.
And that's where you and I live. That's where everybody lives, even if they're part of these other groups. They live on Main Street.
True. It is. Some people don't understand that fact that, there's people, pretty much getting richer and richer, and, normal, I want to say normal people, or hardworking people, the working class, it's staying there. And I don't know if it's, because there's not opportunities, or because those rich people don't make the opportunities, for us to kind of go over that, you know what I mean? To become successful, or do better. And at the end, it's your own, it's your own self who has to do that, right? Like
you're not asking for a handout.
No. We're not asking for a handout. And I think most of the hardworking people working class don't ask for a handout. But, at least you have the opportunity to learn how to do better,
and improve,
And I think that's where we're a little short on, where people that it's already there, they want to stay there and they don't want new people to come in. You see what I'm saying?
Definitely. It almost feels like a class system sometimes. First class, second class, third class, lower
Yeah,
class, upper
yeah,
class, whatever. You know, everybody has to buy groceries and
yeah,
everybody has to, get a vehicle, some way to get to and from work. For some, that's most of their money. And for
yeah,
some, it's a drop in the bucket. They don't even notice it. And what you're talking about is it's hard to get ahead when the things that you need every day cost so much.
yeah,
That's hard because it matters to you. Every cent matters.
yeah. And right now with the government being so crazy, I want to say, with people like Elon, right, where he's getting or coming in and messing up people's life, I want to say.
Well, we'll talk a little bit about that in just a second.
Okay.
Let's get into it then. I have two questions for you today.
Uh
We're,
huh.
we're only gonna we're gonna keep it hopefully short and pithy. All right. The first question has to do with AI.
Okay.
All right, AI, as you know, is growing like wildfire. I mean,
Yes.
10 years ago, we didn't even talk about it. And it's in our phones, it's in factories, and it's going to be presumably in everything that has to do with our life. These AI developers, they're shoving this array of tools down our throats. Sometimes it feels like they're threatening us, but they're doing it sort of like a promise. We promise this is going to change your life for the better. That's kind of how they're selling it to us. So my question is, do you want it, and how do you feel about it?
Um, Personally, I don't want it, but I also think in some ways it could be good for people, right? We're thinking about how, I want to say, we always dream about flying cars, right? So it seems like this AI, it's like a new thing, a new invention, right?
Very
But
good.
I didn't ask for it. It's not like I'm really worried that, like this thing is gonna, be, but I'm not too worried because the let's say the work I do it doesn't kind of, we don't you constantly use AI. You know what I mean?
And what work is that?
Construction. So like I'll do construction, plumbing, HVC. Sometimes we do remodeling stuff. So for that, the knowledge for me, it says the knowledge for all of this stuff is here, right? And yes, sometimes nowadays you can find everything on the internet, but not an AI is gonna. I don't think the AI is gonna take my job, but I don't worry about myself. I worry about the people that, like you said, that works in factories. Um, the people that works in factories, I mean, I feel like with the new technology and the new AI, it's where they can bring in machines and stuck them in there and replace the people in there. Also, I feel like if AI is in the wrong hands, um, it, in some point, and I want to say 10 years, right? Because I think um, I heard
I know what you're going to say, right? Elon Musk?
Elon Musk. Yeah, I think
Elon
it's Elon Musk where he said that in 10 years, uh,
robots.
yeah, Roblox and AI is gonna be smarter than the smartest person on earth. So, in 10 years, right? So it's crazy, that to think about that, somebody that is 20 years old, right, and wants to pursue a I don't know, a career that maybe in 10 years and a robot
A robot.
a robot can use or can do the job that they're, trying to pursue it.
Well, and already, for example, I was in Charlotte, North Carolina, and I went to I believe it was either a Steak and Shake or a Shake Shack or some place like that to eat. And I did not interact with a person until my food appeared.
What?
I ordered it on a console. The console talked to the back, and then all of a sudden my food appeared. And if all they need is a robot instead of those 4 people in the back, then these are jobs that working class people, have depended on for years. They're just not going to be available.
Yeah, and I don't know if it's something with probably that there's not a lot of people that wants to do those jobs, maybe, and they are depending on probably um, immigration, immigrants to come here, right?
To do those
To
jobs.
those kind of jobs. So maybe the new thing going on in the U.S. with this new government, right?
The anti-immigration sort of policy that's going on right
Everything
now.
going on. So I feel like they're trying to push it so hard, um, the AI to do this kind of things, so they don't have to depend on immigrants, because maybe there's not gonna be people to do those kind of jobs, right? Like a fast food restaurant where, like you said, you just order on the screen, and then who knows who's giving you that food? Maybe they just need 2 3 cooks in the back and put it on a tray, and then a AI artificial robot can just
So
slide
you're,
you
yeah.
your food. That's it's kind of crazy to think about.
So you're not talking, I mean, obviously this is just conjecture. We're hypothetical, but
Yeah.
the idea is if we can get AI technology going to fill some of the needs in these lower end jobs, we don't need immigrants. We can keep people out of the country theoretically. That's kind of that's
It could be something.
it's a little alarming.
We don't. Yeah, but we don't know.
Yeah, we don't really know that.
It's just that the AI could be in the wrong hands, or Elon Musk, that now he's part of the government.
Well, let's turn to Elon now, and that's really question number 2 of all has to do with Elon. Elon Musk is assumed to be a good actor. He's assumed that he's doing right, that he's right. Like he was brought in under the assumption that he could handle a problem and that he's good to do that job. Okay, but let's take a step back. Elon Musk is a billionaire.
Yeah.
And currently, he is in a position to access our personal information at an alarming scale, while ripping federal programs of personnel and resources. Federal organizations that use programs to assist millions of non-wealthy Americans. We're talking about Medicare and Medicaid. We're talking about the Consumer Financial Protection Agency, the National Institute of Health, and the Department of Education.
Yeah.
Just to mention a few, because there's plenty more.
Yeah.
RJ, how do you feel about a billionaire who has essentially purchased his power to fire, intimidate, and threaten government employees who need those jobs, while risking services for millions of people who depend on those organizations for help?
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
Well, look, I really, it's funny to me too, because it's crazy, and I always thought about this, that when Elon came into the picture with Trump, right? The people that love him, because let's pause here. He's a really smart guy.
He's a genius.
And
We
he
all
was
kind of-
and he was loved for so long. He created Tesla, he created SpaceX, he created Starlink, he created a lot of good things, and he became a billionaire by himself. and we all think that he's great, right? And for so long we always thought that he was genius, but now that he started becoming more in the government picture and doing this kind of stuff and giving him the power, I think Elon just it's trying to have his investment worth.
And his
Because
investment being how he paid.
he paid donate, donate,
Right.
donate,
Donated for access. Right.
donate money, right, to the presidency of Donald Trump. But I would say he pretty much paid his way into the government to have access, and it's really crazy how people don't think that. The people that are blind and the people that still follow this precedent that still doesn't click that he buy his way to I don't know, either control. Uh, yes, he probably say that he's saving a lot of money, but he is a billionaire that find a lot of people that needs those jobs. Here we go again. He's working on AI to most likely in the future replace people and have people in the sink or down there where they cannot get ahead. And now he went in there and cut so many people in the government because he thought that was good for business.
Right. And let's make no mistake, government jobs are not high paying jobs. Like these people could do
No.
so much better in the private sector with the same skill set, but they work for our government out of this sort of, pride and serving
Yeah.
and being a part of the system. So he's firing more or less regular people,
Yeah.
not rich people like himself.
Yeah, and it's crazy, to see in the news, and this is all in the news, right? It just depends on where you get your news from, but it's everywhere, right? Social media where people that had voted for this government, and never thought that this government was gonna make them lose their jobs.
For sure.
And to make you think, it probably it's not affecting me right now, but we don't know what he's capable of, and we really don't know why they allow him to be and have that power into all those fundings and Doge. That's what they're calling it, right?
Doge, yeah.
That him, he's he's a billionaire. He don't have to worry about, he really don't have to go to work if he wants to. So he's really working for you? That's the real question.
Right.
He's really working for you? I don't think so. He's working for his friends and Donald Trump's friends. That's it.
And, we'll leave it there. The purpose of this conversation is not to bash Elon or bash Trump
No.
or own the conservatives or whatnot. The purpose is to have a conversation, and I've asked you what you thought about this, and you've told me, and I've listened.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that. And hopefully people can see regular people talking about these issues. Not really.
Exactly. That's what I think we need in these days. To people be open-minded about these situations and not just have your eyes closed, your mind closed because you voted for this person and now you have to deal with it. No, you don't have to deal with it. You can sit down, talk, even if with people that doesn't think about the same things you think, right?
Right.
But if you respect each other, and I think that's what we need nowadays, to have respect for every single person. If we respect each other and love each other the way that we all humans, right? We all humans.
Yeah.
So we all neighbors. Um, and have this kind of conversations, we could probably learn and you know have a different mindset about what's going on, what's really going on. you know I don't want to say wake up, because you probably know what's going on and you just want to close your eyes yourself. But you got to understand that this can affect your kids, your generations.
Right.
It can affect people from here to 20 years.
And amen, brother. And I think that we often are frustrated with how slow the government works and how slow things get done. But I think there's a natural hesitancy that government works at a certain pace because it doesn't always know what what effect from what it's doing it will have on the next generation.
Yeah.
So like if you go too fast, you could break the boat and the next generation doesn't even have a boat. So there's always it felt like to me that government moved at a pace specific, like almost on purpose to
Yeah.
take it slow enough so that they don't make a mistake they can't come back from. But right now we seem like we're just flying down the hill.
And I don't know if it's that we have to compete with other countries or be the number one, country in the world. But again, I don't understand why there's just a billionaire doing this kind of stuff, and also our president is a billionaire or millionaire, whatever he is. He really don't care about middle class people, hardworking people.
Well, and because he doesn't have to, right?
Yeah.
That when you're that high, when you're that wealthy, you don't have to. Let's just be honest. But hey, RJ, I appreciate your candid opinions
Thank you.
and your thoughts on the
I
issue.
really appreciate you having me here, man. I hope we can continue doing this, and that this is something new for you, and that you can have this going on.
I appreciate it.
It's
Let
really
me
nice. I really like this place.
I appreciate it, man. I'm glad that you're here. Let me read us out, and this will be it for number one. Look, I'm not interested in choosing sides. American morality and values are not politically affiliated. I started this podcast because I want to talk with people and learn. And I want and pray that people will talk to each other and engage. And what we all desire is to have a prosperous world for everyone. I want affordable food. I want affordable health care. I want affordable living, homes. I want safety for me. But I want it for you too. Yes. I mean, honestly, I don't give a damn about AI. AI is not going to save us. It takes work, not words. It takes critical thinking, not politicians and media pundits. Finally, we must hold our government accountable to us.
Yes.
That's why we pay taxes, because we pay for them to do the job for us. They work for us. But in the meantime, be kind. One love.